Hey everybody, and welcome to my 20-minute rooted yoga practice. So this is a practice that I do when I'm feeling like I need to ground into my center, connect with my inner essence, so that way I can allow for space for me to be open and to receive whatever's going on, whatever's happening inside of me as well as in my external environment. So I'm going to walk you through the practice. We'll come to the top of the mat, reaching our arms up high. Inhale, attaching the fingertips at the top. Exhale, bringing our intention down and connecting it to our heart space. Breathing in again, fingertips reaching, touching at the top, and bringing our intention for this practice today, anchoring it into our heart space. Let's begin. Inhale, arms reaching up, really lengthen the side body, pulling the tailbone down. And exhale, forward fold, keeping the knees nice and soft and slightly bent. Fingertips reaching or palms touching. If not, you can grab your calves. Your shins. Inhale, lengthen the spine, head away from tail. Exhale, sinking into self. Shake your head no, shake your head yes. Loosen up your jaw just a bit. Inhale, knees soft, hips pull forward, and then the arms reach up above the head. Exhaling, grounding down through the main meridian, anchoring in the heart. Inhale, arms above, really pushing the weight down through the heels and the center of the feet. Exhale, and forward fold, fly forward, dropping the head. Inhale, lengthen the spine, come up a little bit more. If you can, only move into space that's available. And exhale. Inhale, lengthening the ribs away from the hips. Exhale. Are your knees bent or did you forget? Inhale, hips forward, pulling down the ribs, opening the heart space. Be sure to keep your shoulders away from your ears here. It's more about the grounding down. And forward fold. Don't have to use bare hands if you don't want to. Bringing the knees deeply, will engage, sending that right leg back. Really press down into the front foot, wrapping the hip forward, right hip forward, knee down, relax the toes behind you, anchoring and grounding into the left foot. Here I am pulling my left thigh, inner thigh back, and reaching my right inner thigh forward, finding traction, kind of thinking about my legs like Velcro on the inside of my thighs there. Separate the hip away from the leg as much as possible. You can use your arms and your hands just above your knees for support. If you feel grounded and rooted there, I challenge you to lengthen the arms above the head, shoulders down of course. And if your ribs are protruding at this time, go ahead and give them permission to relax toward your spine. Once we're grounded here, we'll stretch forward. If this is a little bit of strain on the knee, you can always add a blanket underneath your knee. And we'll open up the arms for a cactus pose. Really pulling the elbows down, opening the chest space. You can lift your chin slightly here to open up your throat chakra. Windmilling the arms back. Make sure your hands are grounded. The elbows are stacked underneath your shoulders. Tuck your toe underneath. Inhale. Stretching the back leg. And we'll go through. Just a little baby cobra. A little strain on the back. Relax glutes. Tucking the toes. Using the arms to push you back. Relax the head. Rest the tailbone. I like to place one hand on my back and one hand on my head, just to honor myself, my inner knowing. So if you'd like, you can do that. Coming back up, tucking the toes, engaging the core. We'll go through to a downward facing dog. Try not to overstretch your shoulders. Adjust your arms and the width of your hands and your arms to what feels right for you, as well as your legs. We'll hop, jump, or float to the top of our mat, inhaling up. And exhaling, forward fold. Let's get this next side. Coming through. Inhaling. Back to the intention. And forward fold. I'll try not to talk too much through the video and let you flow through. Stepping the left leg back, we're anchoring our right foot into the ground in between the first two toes. That's where you want to press down. So think of like a magnet connecting to the ground. It's helpful here. You send your core energy to that right foot. Again, you can put a blanket underneath your left knee for support. Right here, I'm adjusting. I'm sending my left hip forward and my right hip backward. Velcro on the inner thighs. And you can place your hands just above your knee for balance here. Like, stay here or go further by reaching your arms above your head. Inhale. And exhale. Just floating your ribs above your hips. Hips are grounded, ribs float. We sink a little deeper. Only going into space that's available. Inhale. And exhale, cactus arms. Really widening. It's more about the width here. Our elbows don't go below the shoulders. And you can open up. Really thinking about the inner thighs squeezing together. And roll back down. Go into our plank. Supported, engaging the core. And releasing the leg back before you. Or behind you. We'll breathe it through. Down. Hands by your armpits, pushing up and through. If you feel a strain in your knees, you can also use your blanket to roll it up and put it in between your thighs and your calves, and that'll give you some comfort. Again, just honoring myself. Feel free to do the same. Releasing the hands down. We come up to a table. Tucking the toes, lifting the body from the core, lifting up and pressing back. Knees are slightly bent, and we can alternate here, bending one leg at a time. Notice I said bend leg and not knee. And step and walk through. Inhale, arms above the head. Beautiful, everybody. And just coming back to that intention, exhale and pull it down. Reminding ourselves why we're here today. Let's get started on just our next part. We'll inhale. We'll do a couple of side body stretches. We're going to release your right arm. Oh, not yet. Inhale. Here we go. Arms up above the head. Bringing it down, releasing the right arm. Elbow is going to come into your side body. You can attach your elbow right there to your hip, yes. And then you'll extend your left arm above you. and reaching through and replacing. The trick is, everybody, to make sure that that belly button is being introduced to the spine. Hips are open and forward, knees are slightly bent. And forward fold. Just give us a little bit of a break there. Step in, pull the right leg back. Left foot is anchored into the ground. Take your arm slightly outside of your mat to give some space for this twist. You can relax your knee down on the ground. You can also extend your leg if you want more of a stretch in the front of the hip. The trick, though, is to twist your torso, not your shoulders. Going into space that's available. We'll tuck our back leg in behind our front leg. We'll spiral the body, hugging the front knee with the opposite arm. Make sure both sits bones are on the floor. Both glutes are grounded. Feeling our root chakra pressing into the ground. And feeling a twist. Inhale. Make space in between your ribs and hips. Exhale. Untwist. You just want to cross your legs. You can do a half lotus or any sort of cross-legged position. Grounding through the sits bones again. We'll reach forward. Surrendering to gravity, to life, to ourselves and our truth. On your next exhale, reach up. The body. Knees close toward the front of your mat. Send the top leg back. We are going to go into a pigeon pose here. Oh, not yet. Z-sit. Hip stretch. Make sure that your shoulders are away from your ears, so if they're not, just hunch them up and roll them back. And now we'll transition into pigeon pose. Making sure that the leg in front is adjusted to the level of comfort for you and your inner thigh and groin. Lifting the chin just slightly so that way the throat chakra can breathe. We'll rebound by anchoring our hands into the ground. Tucking the toe in the back and going back to our lunge. We are on the other side, taking our hand just outside of the mat, twisting the torso, really grounding into the inner thigh, grounding into the foot. Tuck your back leg behind your front leg. Arm scoops forward. And continue the circle to a twist. Inhale. Lengthen the spine before you exhale to twist. This particular pose wrings out the organs. It's really nice for the liver and kidneys, where we store lots of heavy emotions like fear, doubt, anxiety. Forward fold. And so then it gives us a chance to just surrender to what's going on around us and honor what's going on within us. No matter. Your next exhale, you can come on up. Taking the leg behind you. And we'll stretch out our other hip. Making sure the shoulders are down and back. I'm using a blanket because I've had a little bit of hip troubles recently, so I'm honoring where my body is at today. Leaning back, enjoying some sun, taking in that vitamin D. I hope you all got the chance to let the sun kiss you today. It was super sweet. Alright, setting up our pigeon pose here. Making sure that our hips are aligned. Grounding the hands. And here I'm pressing my hips toward the ground. Another grounding pose, especially for the sacral chakra. Pleasure center, also the center of creativity. Tucking the back toe, grounding the arms, and using that core to push you up. Go ahead into plank, and let's float it through, you guys. This time I'm choosing to go into full cobra, but you can stay in baby cobra if you like. Releasing. Child's pose. Go ahead and love on yourself. Switch arms so that way, if your right arm is on your back, your left arm on your back instead, and vice versa. Breathing deeply here. This is our last one, so I want to take some time. Give yourself permission to melt, like I said, adjust accordingly so you are comfortable in this position. Pure surrender. If you'd like to activate this position for strength, you can open up your elbows and really push the insides of your knuckles into the ground. This will also open up your upper back. Coming up to all fours, tucking the toes, lifting from the core. Bend your knees so it makes sense for your body. And we're pedaling one leg at a time, but we're not sinking. Float those hips. And one more set. Floating the hip, dropping the head. Tongue is released to the roof of the mouth. Check your jaw. One last exhale. Walking to the top of your mat, grounding legs, pushing the hips forward, and taking it all in. Thank you so much for joining me. It was my intention to give you something yummy and good for today. Hopefully you can find a way to practice it on your balcony with the windows open. Enjoying bringing everything into you. All is well, and you are powerful, beautiful, and grounded. Ashe. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Please subscribe to my channel if you would like to get notifications for more awesome videos like this, as well as videos on topics and just things to keep you busy throughout the day. Love you guys. Take care.